Atlantia vivere, Atlantia vince, Atlantia victor. Atlantia vivere, Agartha vivere, Shambhala vivere, Lemuria vivere, Urantia vivere, Akasha vivere, Dracona vivere, the Vulturites and the Snakes vivere, the Insect Age and the Horse Age and the Cat Civilization vivere, Lir, Mursul, Ka vivere, the Immortals, the Undead Immortals, the Pure Immortals, the Lemurian Immortals, the Atlantean Immortals, Ozymandias, Krishna, the Jade Emperor, Anami and Anabo vivere. My dear friends, this video is intended for my friends at the European Space Agency and the North American Space Agency, and also for Electronic Arts and BioWare, who have created this wonderful world called Mass Effect Andromeda. I am very proud because I have given to Princess Mihaela from Agartha the main ideas of the game. She wanted to name with Luciano, Rilea, or Aelis something in the game, and I said no, Meridian. Meridian is the constructed world, which is like our world, because you know, once you go to a certain height in space, you will meet the Meridian. You will find a sphere of electronic components and various alloys which are not debris, they are the sphere which created this planet. And if you pass, the gravity is reverted there, you are attracted towards towards the exterior shell of the sphere, but once you passed it, you can go into the magnetosphere. This sphere is not intact, it is not contiguous, you see. It is formed by satellites, like the Black Knight satellite made by the Anunnaki, or maybe by the Atlanteans, who was shot down by the Americans some days ago. It was the Rainbow satellite, the satellite which created rainbows after rain on our planet. And because the fleet of the Great Dragon, or the Great Dragon Lord Baal, are coming in 3 days, this red horn is very eager to impress me because I'm a brown horn. And we have called home all our fleets to defend this planet. I shall tell you where our secret technology lies. You know, probably you have seen a lot of Atlanteans, a lot of light beings, but you have not seen them as light beings. In the same way as humans presume that all dragons are humans, and after that they presume that the dragons change their shape to look like humans. No, they don't change their shape. In fact, dragons also see humans as dragons. You always see how you are, yes? You always see the other people in your own shape, and you shape the others in your own image. That is why when a carrier, a $2.5 billion carrier, an American carrier, was stationed in the great port of Constanza, none of the locals see it. They said that it was a dark cloud, that the apocalypse was coming, that the black rain was coming. They never saw, because the ship was so big, was so massive, that they believe it was some bad tempest on the sea. And they asked the port captain, asked the permission of the ship captain for the locals to come and touch the boat, the carrier, so they might convince themselves that ship is real. And of course, once they described to them that it is a very big ship which carries 120 airplanes, they were able to see it. And in the same manner, the Mayans, who witnessed the coming of the first Europeans, first saw some black clouds coming on top of the waves of the oceans, and on top of these big black clouds, there were smaller white clouds. And on that smaller white clouds, some white people came and gone, and they presumed that they were angels because they lived in the clouds. So these were, of course, the European ships. Yes. And once they understood that they were ships, they touched each other here in the transporter of the third eye, and everyone was able to see them. Yes. So they convince themselves that we are not gods. And in the same manner, you are looking at Saturn, at Jupiter, and you are seeing some red spots and white spots, big red spots and big white spots, which you are describing as storms. Well, those storms are in fact Atlantean cities. I have witnessed 40,000 years ago when the first blue spot was created. I will explain to you how it is done. So first you need to create a very big empty shell, which is a magnetosphere. So you create an artificial magnetosphere. In order to create an artificial magnetosphere, you need to have a generator rotating into a gravity field, much like our flying saucers are. By the way, you never recognize our fireballs or flying saucers. And then you need to have something like this, two empty discs made of steel or some powerful alloy like titanium put in cross. Yes, in order to cover all three dimensions, and you create a sphere of energy, a very big sphere, and inside that sphere you create a disk or maybe more disks, and on top and below that disk you create houses and other structures. Yes, and on that middle disk you have the artificial gravity, which is given by the shell, by the magnetosphere. Well, as you know, a gas giant is like a small star. It is not big enough to create a fusion reaction. However, if you go to the core, you will meet temperature of hundreds of thousands of degrees. But if you go up into the atmosphere, the top of the atmosphere, you will find livable conditions. Of course, the interstellar space is 4K, and everything going down is more and more livable. So if you go 100 or 200 kilometers down into the atmosphere, the so-called inside the gas giant, you shall find a proper place to live, and you can anchor your magnetosphere there. And 40,000 years ago, I saw when the first small red dots appear. Why red dots? Because the magnetic shield is blue, but due to the interference with the currents of the gas giant, with the gas giant's currents, which are made of various metallic elements, mainly iron gives that red look from outer space. So it was a very small red dot in the beginning of Jupiter. After that they have added more and more shields, and they have made their shields bigger, and now the Atlantean city, which is parked inside the atmosphere of Jupiter, is 100 times bigger than Earth itself, or myself, or himself. Not herself, because I'm male, I'm not female. And if you go to Saturn, you are going to see various storms discovered by Galileo Galilei 500 or 600 years ago, which do not disperse. These storms are the gas currents formed on top and around those the magnetic shields, which host or shield the houses inside. You see. Now you understand. Now you can see them. The big red spot on Jupiter, the big white spot on Saturn, the Atlantean cities on Europa, where we have a time machine and a device to destroy this galaxy, and also on Titan, on Triton, on Euclides, on Io. There are many, a lot of, also on Pluto. We have on Neptune, on Uranus. Don't go there yet, because those people will not be very friendly with you, trust me. The people on Uranus and Neptune are from the red race. They are Lemurians. If you wish to meet white people, you should go to Jupiter and mainly Saturn. I am talking in my head using telepathy with those people on Saturn. They have created devices which recreate your physical body, because you know every 7 years all the cells in our body recreate. But unfortunately, the new cells took the shape of the old one. And this is very bad, you see. You see, it's very bad. I am 40 years old and 4 months old. I am told that people at 40 in Romania lost all their teeth, that they lost all their hair. Yes, I'm only lost 5 of my teeth and 3 more are going down. And I wish to tell you now that the exploration, the viability of 100% and all the Sun mission contributing was my idea. Also, I wish to expand Mass Effect Andromeda in part 2 or maybe with the DLC to add the Quarian ship and also the Battalion ship and all the other races, yes. And I wish to have a water world like my world, an oceanic world where you go deep underwater and you see all the plants and fish and so on. I wish to have a terraform world. I wish to expand. I wish to add $10 million to the project. I shall add also $100 million gained by this project. I should add it again into the project for the second part, because even people who criticize this game, because you know the lips had to be seen with the sound column for people to speak what they say or to say what they speak, but the animation of the left and right parts of the faces were not of the face were not seen with the lips movement. Also the eyes are going left and right, and eyes are not white, they are a little bit gray. And also this blue which you see, or the green in my eyes, it is expanding. It is like an explosion coming from black. And in the middle it is more white, and at the edge it is more blue and more green, you see. So this is how, and I don't look like this, And so these are things that need to be fixed and will be fixed soon enough. Trust me, my friend, because I wish Mass Effect Andromeda to be a true game. We have 36 star system in a galaxy of billions of stars. We can say that all the others were destroyed by the Scourge, blah blah blah. But we must tell the history of Atlantia, because all those remnant ships are Atlantean ships. Like all the remnant technology here in the Sol system, it is our technology. It belongs to us. We are the ancestors. We are Namaste. We are the ones whom we are waiting for to save ourselves. No one will come to, no savior will come to save ourselves, but we can save us. We can save us. Yeah. So, I wish to expand the battles on Meridian. I wish to make Meridian in the new Earth, because this is telling the history of Atlantia. Far into the future, we already had we went to Mars in the past, and we had a nuclear war which destroyed the planet. There are many bacteria there. If the environment is too cold, you can heat your dome and make yourself more cozy. But if the environment is too hot, like on Venus, temperature between 700 and 1500 degrees, then there is nothing you can do. You die there. Also, if the pressure is too low, you can make yourself a nice dome and populate with air. But if the pressure is too high, then all the domes you can make crash onto yourself and you die. You see. So that is why a barren planet can be colonized, an asteroid can be colonized, and oceanic planets can be colonized, not deep on the ocean, but a gas giant can be colonized. You see. And many garden worlds can be colonized, like Biologics 3 or 4 planets. I want to have a planet like Alcor, like Meridian, in which there are very small seas and oceans, but there is a lot of green, and people are always telling the truth. And I also want to have ice worlds and desert worlds, too many desert worlds, 3 desert worlds, radioactive, toxic, and so on and so forth. But we need to concentrate on oceanic and Gaia and Earth-like worlds, you see, because we need to be more realistic. I mean, who can activate a vault and reduce toxicity and heat and sulfuric acid to 0. Yes, I have made all my planets to 100% viability on Eos, on Elanam, on Harald, or Halal, or on World, on Meridian, on Habitat 7, no, because that was first destroyed, and also on Kadara port. But we need to go forward with this game, not backwards. And I'm thinking also about making a game of life, you know, a game where you start small, like a ship going from Rhodos, and if you don't listen to the voice of your father, a shark kills you and eats you. But you can always choose, and at the beginning of the game there comes a nice female, a nice energy female type who tells you that it is your choice. At the end, it is your choice if you wish to work for 7,777 days for Atlantia without being paid. It is your choice at the end if you wish to sacrifice your life for Atlantia and then your will shall be propagated across the stars, or if you wish to live like a billionaire for the rest of your life. This is your choice, my friend. And I am very proud of what you have done in Andromeda. Goodbye, my friend.